Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're actually going to be building a family home, and we're actually going to be building this in Strangerville. Now, I haven't built in Strangerville in, honestly, I don't even know how long it's been. It's definitely been at least a year since I've built here, or at least a year since I've posted a video of me building here. I'm actually working on another build that you might see off in like the distance. I'm actually working on a house for the Roswell family as well for my save file, but honestly I started on that probably sometime like in the middle of 2021 and I have just not finished it. So anyway, but yeah, so this is another build for my save file, and this is actually going to be for the Smith family. Now, if you guys missed it, I actually did a create a sim video of me recreating the Smith family from The Sims 2. So if you don't know who the Smith family is, definitely go ahead and check out that video, that create a sim video that I'll leave linked up on the screen and probably in the description as well. But basically, the Smith family is a family that used to live in The Sims 2 Strangetown. And they actually have a lot of like lore surrounding them. The family is like really integrated into a lot of I think they're integrated into a couple of different family trees, and it's all kind of confusing in the way that a lot of the Sims 2 lore is very confusing unless you like really know your Sim stuff. Otherwise it can seem like really just confusing and all over the place. But basically, the Smith family is one of the families in Strangetown, and since Strangerville is actually loosely based on Strangetown, they actually confirmed this when they like released Strangerville. It is kind of based on The Sims 2 Strangetown, and yeah, I just figured it would be the perfect world to have a like half alien family living among the other families. And just Strangerville as a whole really has kind of like the same vibe that Strangetown has in The Sims 2, with, you know, all of the military sims, and you kind of like the Area 51 vibes as well. So yeah, I just figured this would be the perfect neighborhood and world to have this family in. And I really want to include a couple more of the Sims 2 families in my save file. So I like recreated a Mary Sue and Daniel Pleasant, who are obviously Lilith and Angela's like parents. I've recreated the Broke family as well, so Brandy Broke and her sons, I've recreated them. I actually went ahead and recreated Dirk and Darren Dreamer as well. So basically like the, I guess, base game Sims 2 townies, I guess you could say, because they're all from like the two base game worlds. They're all from either Pleasant View or Strangetown, so yeah, they're basically in my head. They're kind of like the iconic Sims 2 Sims, if that makes sense. So yeah, but basically the Smith family consists of Pollination Technician 9, who's the dad. We also have the mom, Jenny. They're teenage. In The Sims 2, he's a teenager, but in like my version, I actually made him a young adult, and I'll explain why in just a second. But they have their son, Johnny, and then they also have a daughter called Jill. Now, I made Johnny a young adult in my save just because I have, obviously Lilith and Angela came with the Sims 2 Discover University, and they were actually young adults in like the official EA like release of them, because they came with the university pack, so obviously they were in university. And because of that, I actually went ahead, and when I recreated the Broke family and the Dreamer family, I actually made Dustin and Dirk both young adults as well. So I figured I would continue with that trend with Johnny, just because, I don't know, it just felt right to me for some reason. And then obviously we have Jill, who's a child in The Sims 2, so I just made her a child in this one as well, because The Sims 4 isn't supposed to be a like perfect continuation timeline of any of the previous Sims games. It's kind of like its own standalone, like, I don't know, like alternate universe type thing. So yeah, I didn't really pay attention to a lot of like the timelines and stuff. I just do what I want to, and just it kind of works, so whatever, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so we've actually moved on to the interior of the house already, and I do want to talk a little bit more about these Sims and stuff, but I just want to give you guys a quick rundown of the house before I forget. So basically this house is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, and there's actually a guest bedroom upstairs. So one of the 4 bedrooms is a fully furnished guest bedroom that you could turn into maybe like another kid's room if you have another kid, or maybe an office or something like that, because the house doesn't really have an office. It kind of has like a little, I don't know, like sitting library room type thing off of the living room, off of like the living room with the TV. So there's another fireplace, a couple of bookcases, a chess table, a couple of seats and stuff like that, but it's not really an office because there's no computer in there. But I did actually include a computer, like a family computer, on the 2nd floor in like the hallway area, but I actually ended up cutting out that footage just because I had a lot of footage for this house and I didn't feel like doing a 35-minute voiceover, so I cut out the bathrooms. I usually cut out the bathrooms anyway. You probably aren't surprised by that in the slightest if you're like a regular viewer here on the channel. I cut out me doing the bathrooms, I cut out me picking wallpapers and flooring just because it's really not interesting looking and just sitting and trying to like look at me go through 15 different swatches of the same wallpaper over and over again. So, and you can just see it as we go through and furnish the build anyway. So I cut out the wallpapers and stuff. I cut out a little bit of the landscaping just because, again, I was being really indecisive. I don't know why I was being so indecisive when I did this. I don't know why it was, honestly. I think it had something to do with the fact that I haven't been feeling too great this week. It's been a little bit of a like frazzled all over the place week, and it kind of like bled into my like, you know, not really knowing what I'm doing when I build. Usually when I build I have an idea of what I want to do, so I kind of go in with like a game plan and I know what I'm doing. But with this build I was just all over the place. I had no idea what kind of style I was really going for. Honestly, I just went in blind and just did a bunch of different stuff and looked at what stuck and what didn't, and that's what I ended up with. But I really actually like the way this house ended up. It's kind of a little bit, I don't know, more eclectic than I usually build. I don't really mean like the style eclectic, just a little bit different than I usually build. I ended up using a couple of items I don't normally use, and obviously a lot of like color swatches that I might also not normally use. This house has a very strong blue and yellow color scheme running throughout. So yeah, that's also inspired by the exterior of this house. Because yeah, I actually modeled this house on the Sims 2 house for the Smith family. So I actually looked at floor plans and like exterior screenshots of their like original EA house. And I actually based the house on that. So the front of the house, if you're familiar with Sims 2 at all, then you'll definitely recognize the front of this house. I also, obviously the yellow siding comes from the Sims 2 house. Even the layout actually, especially like the 1st floor layout, where the kitchen is, where the living room and the dining room is, where the master bedroom is, even that little like library type room off to the side. Those are all things that are actually in the original like Sims 2 house. The 2nd floor isn't super accurate. It's kind of accurate with, you know, where the staircase is and all of that stuff. But I did have, I did poke around with the 2nd floor a little bit more and just made it work for, you know, what I wanted it to look like, and just have the rooms be as functional as possible and not like super weird shapes, because yeah, the original house, the upstairs is like a really weird shape and the rooms are all really weirdly shaped, and it was driving me insane. So I did fiddle around with that a little bit and change it up. But yeah, the house as a whole is definitely very like reminiscent of the original Sims 2 one, which I actually really liked. I'm kind of going for, in my save file for this area of Strangerville, I think it's called like not the pinnacles, like the, I don't know, it's called the bluffs or something, I don't know, whatever. This area of Strangerville is all like big carpenter, gothic, Victorian, very fancy houses. Very ornamental, very decorative on the outsides with like the eaves and you know, all of that kind of stuff. It's very, like, very ornamental. I'll actually leave a video linked on the screen to the only other house I've already done in this area of Strangerville, just to give you guys an idea of the overall style that I'm trying to go for. But this house doesn't really fit that. It's kind of in the same vein with like these like Victorian almost style-esque vibe that it has, but it's not nearly as ornamental and as like fancy as what I'm trying to go for. And I actually did that on purpose. At first I was thinking about building them a completely new house and not pulling any inspiration from the Sims 2 one, but then I thought about it and I thought, you know what, their family as a whole probably don't really fit in super well with the other Sims in this area, because, you know, obviously Pollination Technician is an alien. He's a full-on alien, and he, in my head, doesn't hide his alien form. So he doesn't wear a disguise or anything like that. He just walks around green all the time. And then obviously they have their son Johnny, who's technically like half alien, but he has like a full alien form, and he can actually wear a disguise if he wants to. But yeah, he's also green, just because in The Sims 2 he was green. So yeah, I made him green. I also set up a disguise for him, so if you want to play with him and like have him walk around in his disguise, then you could totally do that. But yeah, so in my head, this family as a whole just doesn't really fit in with their neighbors, and maybe their neighbors like really don't like them, and they really don't like the fact that this house is like bright yellow. It's not nearly as fancy as the other houses. It's not, the family as a whole isn't like fancy or stuck up or anything like that. So they, in my head, they probably don't go over for like tea visits or whatever with their neighbors, like ever. And Jenny also isn't really like, she doesn't really fit in with the other, like the other people in this neighborhood, the other wives in this neighborhood. She just doesn't like fit in with them at all. I actually think she works in the doctor career. I can't remember what exact career I put her in. I think I might have put her in the doctor career, and then Pollination Technician is actually retired. I actually had him register as self-employed, so he'll tell your Sims there that he is retired. I have him set as retired, and in my like little bio that I wrote for his job, it says that he used to work as an alien pollination technician, which obviously is where he gets his name and fits in with like the whole Sims 2 storyline, all of that stuff, yada yada yada, you know, as you do. And then yeah, Johnny, we have Johnny. He's actually a, like I said, young adult. He's actually studying. He is in university. I have him enrolled in Foxbury. He's enrolled in the, I think, biology major. And he's like super into sports as well. In my head, he's part of, you know, maybe some sort of sports team. I'll probably have him join the Foxbury, like some sort of like, I don't know, Foxbury, I think they have, yeah, they have esports, and then they have an actual like soccer team. So I'll probably have him join that as well. So yeah, he'll be on like the soccer team in Foxbury, all of that stuff. And then Jill is actually really into art and crafts, so I did put a art and crafts table in her room, and in my head she's also really into space. So yeah, maybe her dad, you know, spends time teaching her about space, teaching her about, you know, his home planet. I think that's something that she's like really interested in. Now, I didn't put a like telescope or a rocket ship in their backyard, even though they probably both would have made sense for Pollination Technician to like have them in his backyard. But I just don't like the way they look. I really despise the way the rocket ship and the observatory look in The Sims 4. I wish we had just a small telescope that's more realistic, that we can use in just the regular builds that don't look like its own like big ass building. But yeah, it's just, it's one of those weird Sims 4 things that everything is just bigger than it really needs to be. So yeah, no observatory for him. But anyway, in my head, you know, obviously they could just, you know, look at the stars and, you know, all of that fun stuff. Anyway, you don't need an observatory to do that. But yeah, so what was I telling you guys about the build? Something about the bedrooms, I think. Something, I don't know. Anyway, they also have a laundry room upstairs. So they actually have 3 full bathrooms. They have the master ensuite. They also have a big family bathroom upstairs for the kids. Then they also have a full bathroom downstairs with a shower and tub combo, and then they have a laundry room upstairs as well that you could turn into another bathroom. I don't know why you would want to, because then you'd have 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, which just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe if you wanted to turn like the really big bathroom upstairs into another bedroom. Honestly, it's actually big enough to turn into another bedroom if you really had to. So yeah, you could probably do that and then turn the laundry room into another bathroom if you needed to. But anyway, that's just how I have the house set up. And yeah, then they just have a backyard. The backyard isn't actually super big, so I actually just included a little like patio area with a grill, a bar, you know, some seating, a picnic table, all of that fun stuff. Then in the backyard itself, I actually put a 6-seater dining table. I put a little fire pit with some chairs, some like folding camping chairs for them, because I don't know, in my head I just figured that's something that they would do a lot as a family, is like sit outside, you know, under the stars, maybe roast marshmallows or something like that. And they actually each have their own, like, I say custom chair, but like their favorite chair, so that each have their own chair around the campfire. They also have a basketball hoop that in my head obviously for Johnny, since he's really into sports. And yeah, I also put the big like play tent that came with, I think, Cottage Living, or no, it came with Dream Home Decorator, I think, in the backyard for Jill to play with. And then they also have a really big balcony upstairs actually that you can access from the hallway, and on that I just put a couple of lounge chairs, a game table so they can play like cards and Don't Wake the Llama and stuff. And then I also put down two like yoga mats and a little like meditation stool, because Jill is like really into wellness, and maybe that's something that she and Pollination Technician do together, or maybe she and Johnny does it together, you know, do a little bit of wellness, a little bit of yoga, all of that fun stuff. And yeah, that's basically it for the build. The actual master bedroom is quite big. I don't know, I think it has to do with, you know, just how the floor plan turned out, with, you know, me trying to like not recreate the Sims 2 one, but like heavily pull from the Sims 2 one. The Sims 2 bedroom is just really big, so the Sims 4 one just turned out really big. And yeah, they have like a full on like seating area in their bedroom. They have a TV. They have a like kind of like walk-in closet area with a vanity table, and then they have a really big bathroom as well. So yeah, everything your Sims could possibly need. But yeah, the house also turned out to be just under 176,000 simoleons. So it's really expensive. It's not like a budget home or anything like that, because obviously it's a big house, it's a big lot, it's a 30 by 20 lot, and it was supposed to be a big family home from the start anyway. And yeah, I didn't like budget restrict myself, because I don't do that for my save file in any case. I also didn't pack restrict myself either, so I did use a ton of different packs as I usually do for my save file builds. But yeah, it is up on the gallery if you guys want to go ahead and download it. I'll be sure to include a download link in the description for both the build and the family, in case you want to download the family as well. And yeah, like I said, the family creator sim will be linked on the screen as well. Now, something else to do with the family is I kind of want to go ahead, if you guys are familiar with The Sims 2, you already know this, but Pollination Technician also has 2 daughters in Strangetown. He has Lola and Chloe singles, who he actually had with, basically he had these 2 alien babies with Glarn Curious. Now Glarn is actually Jenny's father, so Jenny is the daughter of Glarn and I think Kitty Curious, and basically that means that Lola and Chloe are like Jenny's half sisters, because they share a dad. I almost said barn. Glarn is both Jenny and Lola and Chloe's dad, so they share a dad, so they're half sisters. But because they're also Pollination Technician's daughters, Lola and Chloe, they're technically also Jenny's like stepdaughters. So Jenny has like half sisters who are also her stepdaughters in The Sims 2, and it's really super confusing, and I probably wouldn't be able to set it up the same way in The Sims 4 just with, how Sims 4 relationships and stuff works. But I was thinking about just creating Chloe and Lola as pollination technicians' daughters, and then having them be like in the world. I won't probably put them like in a lot or anything like that. They'll probably just be in like the family bin, which is actually what happens in The Sims 2. They're not actually living on a lot, they're just in the family bin. So I was actually thinking about doing that and just setting it up so that they're his daughters and Jenny's like stepdaughters, and just leave it at that, because otherwise I think my game would like just implode if I tried to do it like The Sims 2 way. I don't even know if that's actually technically possible in The Sims 4. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you like the idea of me including a couple more Sims 2 townies in my save file. Even if they're just, like in the family bin, and you can decide if you want to place them down in a house or something like that. Because I really, really like recreating townies or Sims from previous Sims games and putting them in my save file. It just adds a little bit of extra story and just interesting things to my save that I really like that. So yeah, I hope you guys like it too, and if you do, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, so something else really quick that I wanted to mention before I end the video is that this week has been really, really like hectic for me. If you follow me on Twitter, you know this, or if you check the community tab, I did do a couple, I think I did like 2 posts about this. But yeah, this week has just been super hectic. We've had load shedding again, and that's basically like rolling blackouts, controlled rolling blackouts. So basically it really messed with my schedule that I set up for myself in my head, and it really messes with my like uploading schedule as well, because I can't always work and record when I want to, or when I need to. So it's really, really irritating. But I also had a doctor's appointment. I started some new medication, and I also like changed up something like really big in my diet. I cut out basically soda that has caffeine and sugar in it, because apparently it's something my doctor is trying. She's having me try that to see if it helps with my sleep and stuff like that. But anyway, so I've basically gone to caffeine and sugar-free soda, which it's really annoying, and it's kind of like you have withdrawal symptoms from that, because of, your body is used to having like a set amount of caffeine and sugar every day from soda. Because I don't drink coffee like ever, and I rarely eat like chocolates and sweets and sugary stuff, so all of my sugar and caffeine comes from soda. But yeah, now that I've cut that out, I really feel it. So I'm feeling like extra just frustrated, and I really can't concentrate. But basically all of that to say that I don't know if there will be a second video this week. I'm trying to upload 2 videos a week these days. I'm trying to do maybe like Thursday and Sunday uploads, because that's something that you guys said that those are the days that you're most likely to watch videos, according to a poll that I ran on my community tab. So yeah, I'm trying to upload Thursdays and Sundays, but honestly, I don't think this week that there will be a second video, just because this video is already like a day late by the time you guys are seeing it. And yeah, it's been a lot. I haven't been able to record as much as I would like. I'm feeling really like I said, really unable to focus on anything. I'm just like, it's been a lot basically. So I don't think there will be a video on Sunday. If I can do a video on Sunday, then it will probably be something small. Maybe like a small apartment, maybe a small house build, something like that. But honestly, I kind of just want to take the weekend to acclimate to everything. And to also, I really want to do a like really big custom content build. Now, I know not everyone plays with custom content or like likes building with it or anything like that. So obviously this won't be for everyone. But I do like building with custom content. I try not to as much as possible for like YouTube and for the gallery, because I know not everyone can download it. Console players can't have CC, all of that stuff. But I really want to download. I've actually already downloaded a bunch of custom content that I really want to use. So I'm thinking about maybe doing like a somewhat bigger build with that, and just having that be next week's like Thursday video, and just, taking my time with it, you know, spending the weekend on it, all of that stuff, and just taking it easy. So yeah, if there isn't an extra video this week, then I do apologize, but now you guys know why. And if you're on Twitter and all of that stuff, you will already know why, so this whole thing has been pointless. But I hope you guys enjoyed this build. I'll just end the video off here before I really start rambling. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, give the video a like. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see some more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and remember to turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But I hope you're all having a great day and that you've had a great week, and I'll talk to you in my very next video. Bye everyone!